old name in the chats grow fast, gray in his beard, but his heart's still built to last. Cletus Jenkins, boots up, hands kinda shaking, says I got this, then he falls through the floor, he's breaking. Misses every ladder, walks straight into the trap. Chats type and run, but he's reading it too late, gets clapped. Hit that stuff for Cletus Jenkins. Watch him bravely panic, screaming, OG gamer, still respawning, stuck on easy, but he keeps on streaming. Hit that stuff for Cletus Jenkins. Every fail feels legendary. If he makes it past the menu, we're already throwing confetti. Flashlight flickers, he yells when the hallway bends, pauses the game just to read the chat like friends. Back in the day I beat this on a CRT. Then a zombie swings, he spills coffee on his tea. Yeah. He's been here since cartridges, blue dust, prayed they would start. Now it's jump scares and overlays, but the same old stubborn heart. Every wipe, every wild misplay, every scream you hear at 2 a.m. We're not here 'cause he's flawless, we're here to lose with hell. map like it's ancient Sanskrit. Tripwire tango flies through the air. Shoot a match, he's spraying the ceiling. Blind flashbangs in his own face. Chat just types protect the boomers as he grenades his hiding place. Heart rate monitor red line. Handshake can't line the sights. Green screen crooked behind it.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday so far. Well outside of my normal time to stream. But I wanted to get some work done on the Blorg Star. So I just figured nothing else to do. It's going to be storming here most of the day. So I'm still going to stream tonight. Still going to do 7 Days to Die tonight. But I wanted to get some work done on our current build in Space Engineers. So I figured, what the hell? I might as well stream it. So just a chill build. If I'm not expecting any of the normal viewers to show up. They're all mostly late night viewers. But a lot of the building that I need to do, I'm going to try and get done here so that next normal Space Engineer stream, I've got some progress to show to everybody. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, sit back, relax, enjoy it. And yeah, let's jump on to Siva. Hopefully I get enough done to take some of the build stress off Chill Man. That poor guy welds everything for me. We only see what we know. We see only what we know. Sorry. There we go. All right. I have no idea what I'm going to have to do tonight. I might have to do a bunch of mining. Or tonight. Good Lord. Today, it's only 10 o'clock in the morning here. I said tonight. Or it's 12 o'clock. Oh my God. Wait, wrong door. Wrong door. We don't want to go here. We don't want to go there. That's the no-no place. Alrighty. I think Joe Man logged off when I did last night, or just right behind me, so I don't think he got anything done to it, but is it in the there it is. All right. Reset the colors. I want to put a bunch of red cubes in. That's where Joe Man bumped it last night. Blowed it up. So we've got these two, which are going to be hangers. Those solar panels are just temporary. It's just it's a good idea. I think Joshua had that idea, just to snap some panels under to help trickle charge the batteries. We have to figure out what we want to do in terms of thrust. I think this is going to be the front or back, because it's mirror images on both sides. So let's say this is going to be the front. So we need to figure out how we want to lay out some thrusters here. What do we want to do? Let's do the warfare thrusters. I wonder what it would look like if we stuck. Damn things are so big, man. You can't, What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if we go in 3 on both sides, I think these are 3 wide. If we countersink at 1, we can probably do the same thing we did on the Blorg ship on the cube. It was Chillman's idea, and I kind of like that, where we took the thrusters. These ones are covered on this side, but we recessed them and put that pattern around them, sort of like armored the front of the thrusters. And even though that armor's got hit in a couple of battles, I don't think we've lost. I don't think we've even had a thruster take any kind of significant damage, to be honest. Nope, 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 nope. Some of these large blocks, man, you have to be like right up on them to snap them. There we go. So I don't know if it would look better like that. That might look nice with 2 there. And then 1 under each of the hangar bays, landing bays. I mean, if you're not familiar with what I'm doing, this has been a long-term stream, long-term series that we've been streaming at night. And essentially, Chillman and I have been living the pirate life just off the surface of the moon. Monty, how are you? Good morning. And we built the, we are the Blorg, not to be confused with the Borg. We're the Blorg. And this is our Blorg cube. This was a super long build. I mean, this probably took us 2 weeks to build this, and it's not even done. But we started with this little station after we got off the moon, and we've outgrown this thing.
Meteor storm inbound.
It's been hit multiple times by pirates. We keep repairing it. and we've been hijacking and stilling. I think we have 50 neutral factions configured in the game, and we're basically going to war with all of them. We're pirating their stuff, so we're gonna turn these utility platforms. We're gonna turn them into raiding ships. We're gonna put combat fighters on the top of them and use them for raiding. But we want to get out of this area. I think we're going to try and head towards the alien world next. And we're going to transition from that small base to this base. And we're going to put thrusters on it, but it's not a ship. It's going to be a station that's moving. So we're going to set its course in a direction, get it moving very slowly, and we're just going to live off from it as we move through space. But we want it to have the ability to stop. So just as a quick explanation so you guys can figure out what the hell is this guy doing. Dash what I'm doing. All right, you know what? Let's the grav drive on it. We have on this we have 8 jump drives. So it's going to be able to move when it wants to move, but most times we're just going to slowly putter through space. Because we found a large ice asteroid. That's all ice. That asteroid right there. It's called the asteroid. But uranium, we only found 1. And all the exploration, we probably hit 80 to 100 asteroids and found 1 with uranium. So we have a little bit of that left. So we need to move from the area. So we're going to start heading elsewhere. And you know what? We might. I don't know if we need to. Yeah, on these external engines, I'm going to put armor shrouds around them. So what we'll probably do is do light armor, and then shroud them in something thinner, or more heavier, I should say. It's not going to work. It's not going to do what I want to do. Screw it. That's what I was looking for. There it is.
Energy low.
That's the other thing I want to try and get working. I've been trying to get life support enabled on that. We finally got power. Yesterday I got hydrogen tanks installed, some O2 tanks. We just got to put refill stations on it. And then Joe Man, I believe, I forget which block he used, but I'm going to see what else works. And actually, it might... He used... Yeah, he did this. I know I can switch to another bar and put all my blocks over there. I don't know why I don't do that. As much building as we do in this series, I don't know why the hell I don't do that, but I don't know. Ran out of steel plates. I think this is going to work. I have to figure out what we're going to do at the back side of this, and the bottom of this has to be covered. But that'll work, I think. Oh, I did those out in... That was stupid. Did I do all of those out of? I did. Yeah. All right, I need everything. Maximus, how are you, buddy? Yep, early morning stream. Just trying to get a bunch of work done on the Blorg Star. I don't think that's going to look bad. I think it's going to look all right. Like I said, this thing's not made to move at 100 meters a second. It's just to get it moving. And we can bring it to a stop when we need to. Normally I frame all this out and Showman comes behind me with his welding ship and just hammers it out. I'm not going to hand weld all of it. I'm just trying to get it laid out, see what it's going to look like. That's what I meant to do right there. Step plates. Poor Joe Man 2 streams ago thought we had ran out of iron, and I think he just looked wrong and didn't realize we had an absolute stockpile of iron. So he brought in a load. He's like, well, I went and mined this for nothing. And I'm like, that's all right, man. We'll use it eventually. I didn't tell him about this project. And he said, I think it was last night, that we're 2/3 of the way through all the iron we have. We have to go mine more. I could do it like we did the cube. 90% of the skin of the cube is light armor blocks. And the point was for this to be able to move quick or quicker than if it were all light armor or heavy armor. But the couple of fights we got in with it, railguns just tore it to shit. And it took a lot of work to rebuild it. The areas that got hit. And I know that the heavy blocks, heavy armor blocks aren't going to stop railgun damage, but it ain't going to be as bad. So what I'm going to do is these engine shrouds around the front of these, I'm going to do the 2 outer layers in heavy armor blocks, and then everything on the inside will be light armor. Like the whole deck above it is light armor. Just trying to armor up the areas we know are going to get targeted. Then we're trying to leave air gaps around critical stuff. Prevent splash damage. Mark, how are you, buddy? How's your Saturday going, man? You just woke up. I forget. Yeah, you're in an earlier time zone than I am. It's 1 o'clock here. But you work late too, right? Swing shift. Yeah, I got up normal time this morning, and granddaughter's here. She went out to do some stuff with my wife. And it's going to be storming most of the day. It's all wet and yucky outside, but it's warm. It's 70 degrees, almost 70. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go work on the Blorg Star. I said, screw it, I'm going to stream. I'm going to be somebody. I think I lost most of my buffs last night when I accidentally slammed into the side of the cube and killed myself. All right, so that's one shroud completed. I don't think that's going to look bad. We still have a ton of stuff we have to put in there. We have no storage. We have no gyros. We have nothing in there other than power systems. Well, we've got the hydrogen and oxygen tanks that I put in for life support. We have to finish that. We're going to try and work on that a little bit more today. You're a big kid now? Oh yeah, because I'm at home by myself and yeah, I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna stream. Nobody's gonna tell me what to do. Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow, so figure we'll get 2 streams in tonight. We're still gonna do 7 days tonight. Normal stream time. I really just wanted to get some progress done on this.
Energy low.
Energy is low. Is it raccoon season? It is. It's the start of raccoon season. Yep. Raccoons and skunks right now. We're getting a ton of skunk calls. What's the worst critter I have trapped? You mean individual animal or worst type of animal? Because just about everything you trap and remove are bad. Some of them are easier than other, like skunks Skunks are pretty easy to trap and remove. They don't spray you like everybody thinks. Depending on, you know, if you know how to handle them, you don't get sprayed. And the funny thing is, like with skunks, skunks are like children. So when you're handling them, they like to be talked to. And they'll stop being scared when you're transporting them in a cage, for example. And as long as you're talking to them, like people laugh at me, I baby talk them. I don't get sprayed. But they'll sit there and they'll listen to you as you're talking to them, and it sort of relaxes them a little bit. I know it sounds funny, but it works. And it's not that they lose their fear. I think they're trying to figure out what you are and why you're making those funny sounds. But the worst issue I've ever had with a skunk is we removed the skunk from a lady's chicken coop. It was still in the eggs out of the chicken coop, I guess. Or she just found it sleeping in there. I'm trying to remember what it was. So I put a trap in her chicken coop and overnight got the skunk. So she called me excited that next morning and said, "You got him, he's in the trap, can you come pick him up?" So we drove there, and I walk up to her chicken coop, and all of her chickens are around, and I open up the door to her coop, and there's the skunk in the trap looking at me. So I do my normal thing. I start talking to it. He's all relaxed and he's chilled, and I pick up the trap and walk out of her chicken coop, and I'm heading back across her lawn to the truck. And this skunk is just looking at me as I'm talking to it. You can tell a skunk is relaxed by their demeanor, the way what they do with their tail. And I made it 2/3 of the way to the truck. And this lady's toddler hopped down off the porch and came flying across the lawn and started squealing like a pig in excitement. Scared the absolute shit out of this skunk in his trap, and he sprayed me like God Almighty. Just hosed me down. Got my legs, got my chest, my arm, my side. It was horrendous. I just looked at that lady, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." I had him almost to the truck, man. So that's the only time I've ever been sprayed. I've probably trapped and handled, I don't know, 400 or 500 skunks. It's the only time I've ever been sprayed. And I don't count that one because it wasn't my fault. So just about everything has bad experiences and has good experiences. It's kind of hard to say out of all the different types of animals we remove here. Good start of the story, but always a bad ending. Yeah. Yep. Now raccoons are funny, man. Raccoons are like playing the lottery. And you have to catch them on a good day in a good mood, and it'll be easy to remove them. Now we'll get the older raccoons in the trap, and once you come to pick them up, they're like, fuck it. You know, just let's go. Just pick up the trap, let's go. Let's just get out of here. You know, he's completely chill, doesn't care. Then you get the younger raccoons, man. The second you put your foot next to the trap, they go absolutely ape shit. Foaming at the mouth, teeth gritting, chewing at the bars of the trap, you know, basically saying, if I get out of here, I'm going to murder your ass. And they will. And probably the worst raccoon is a mama raccoon. So during the birthing season, when they have babies, and we have to go remove a raccoon, like from somebody's attic that's given birth, you have to trap the mother before you even attempt to remove the babies. Because if she catches you anywhere near them, you know, you're going to the hospital. Raccoon mamas are really good mamas. I didn't bring my phone down, or I would. Just last week, we had to go and remove a bat they got in a lady's house. And when you pick them up, you know, when you remove them, you have to wear bite-proof gloves. And you can pick them up by hand if you know what you're doing, and you can remove them that way. So I got this one out of this lady's house, and she was shocked. I just picked it up with but I mean, I had a glove on, but she was still shocked. And as soon as you pick them up, they'll immediately bare their teeth to let you know that if they get an opportunity to bite you, they're going to bite you. And so I call them smiling. So I took it outside. When we remove them from people's houses, we typically just take them outside and put them on a tree. So I got a picture of this bat hanging on the tree, and he's looking up at me, and he's just showing me a full set of whiteys. And yeah, it looks like he's smiling. It's funny as shit. It looks like he's smiling at me. But I can post that on Discord later. What else? Squirrels are obnoxious, where skunks you have to talk to sort of keep them calm and keep them attentive, where they don't feel like you're going to harm them. Squirrels are the exact opposite. When you get a squirrel in a trap, you don't look at him, you don't make eye contact, you don't talk to him. The second you look at that squirrel and you start baby talking that squirrel, he goes absolutely apeshit and starts bashing his head against the cage. And 9 times out of 10, they kill themselves. They bash their head against the cage so hard they kill themselves. The weirdest damn thing. They do not like being caged. All right, more steel plates. Don't think we need more grids at this point. How did I start trapping animals for a living? So two things happened. I spent 30 years in IT. And had a complete
Energy low.
complete high-paying IT job, corporate America, building data centers for Fortune 500 companies. And got diagnosed with RA, which you guys that have been there at night know that whole story. And it started getting progressively worse to the point where I couldn't travel for work anymore. And I can't even lift heavy stuff most of the time. So putting equipment in racks and stuff, I just couldn't do it. So eventually, seeing how far it was deteriorating, the doctor said, you know what, you got to find a different line of work. You need something where you're more mobile. You need to move more. So, you know, all the time you're spending at a desk and sitting in airports while you're traveling and everything, it's killing your joints. So that's the first thing that happened. While all that was going on, we moved from the city out to a rural area to get our kids in better schools. And when we did that, we decided, you know, we got 2 acres of land, so we decided we were gonna get chickens. So I don't remember how many chickens we got, but it was a decent amount. We had them for probably 6 months, raised them to adults or close to it. And one day my wife went out to feed them in the morning and called me crying on the phone, on my cell phone. And I went running out there, and 13 of our chickens were dead inside the coop. Something that got in and killed 13 of them. Turned out to it was a mink, but so I started researching what to do and how to protect the chickens from the mink and how to trap it and everything. So that sort of opened up the whole adventure of trying to protect these chickens and remove this damn mink. So that really got me into trapping, but not as a business. It was out of necessity. And after we solved that problem, I was just like, oh, well, that was unique and interesting. And then as my health started taking a negative direction, one day I'm trying to remember what it was with the company I worked at. They had a meeting at the company, I think, if I remember correctly. And they basically announced that we were going to they were going to start outsourcing a bunch of our work overseas. And we were going to start training these people remotely. And everybody knew, at the company I worked for, everybody knew that was bullshit. We were training our replacements. They were outsourcing our team. So before they had an opportunity to do that, I told my wife, look, we gotta come up with something else here. And so I started doing the trapping stuff as sort of like a side business at that point. And when I first started doing it, it took off like a rocket. I mean, I was flooded with calls for help from people. So much so that I basically told my wife, I said, you know what? We looked at the amount of money I was making doing it. And I told her, I said, I'm gonna do this full time. And she sort of chuckled. She didn't think I was serious. And then when some more crap went down at work, I turned in my resignation at work. I was already making more trapping wildlife than I was making in my IT job. And where she thought I was nuts, within a couple of months, it was funny. She looked at me and said, you should have done this years ago. But that's how I really got into it. So it was a combination of needing to for my health and crap that happened in corporate America. All right, so we got that built out, I think. Yeesh. That's all we got left of grids. I might have to go mine some cobalt.
Meteor storm inbound.
I don't know how much cobalt do we have left. Oh, 69,000. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Lot of gold. So we do need to go mine that up. We ran out last night. God damn it. Did I mess these up? How did these end up being light armor slopes? I don't know. That was a restaurant manager and a financial advisor. It was funny, man. My dad died when I was young. Like, I think when I was, I don't know, 16, 17 years old. But that guy did everything. He was in the army. He was a police officer, was a truck driver, was a mechanic, was a machinist, owned his own pest control company. Not all at the same time, just going through all the stuff he did as a career. I couldn't even tell you. I'm sure I'm missing stuff. But I still have his old police uniform, his shirt. I keep it. It's funny, we have this picture of my dad when he was a police officer. Just to give you an idea of the difference of the times. You know, back then, I think he was a police officer in the 70s, maybe. Late 60s, early 70s, I think. And he got a call. He was on third shift, and he got a call for a break-in at a gas station. So they went to the gas station, and they caught this guy who broke into the gas station. And it was a black guy who broke in. And there's this crime scene photographer. You know, back then they would take all the arrest pictures and stuff there on scene. And there's a picture of my dad walking this guy to the police car. And there's this white cop and this black guy in handcuffs walking to the police cruiser, you know, police car. And they're both dying laughing. And it's an absolute, I mean, it's a black and white picture, but the two of them are laughing so hard, the cop and the guy in handcuffs, that you can't help but laugh when you look at the picture. And the backstory is that while my dad was walking this guy to the car, the crime scene photographer cracked a joke, and both my dad and the guy in cuffs just died laughing. But back then there wasn't, I don't know, the shit there is today where, you know, a cop pulls up on somebody and there's gun battles and all that shit. Back then it was, I guess it wasn't like that. It was, oh, well, you caught me, you know, let's go. And it wasn't nothing, man, you know. It was just two guys in a picture, just happened to be in two different positions, but they both, you know, shared a humorous moment. But it's a really cool picture. Alrighty, so what do we need now? Let's finish these and we'll put the bottom on. Yeah, we got it all here. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. think I missed that one.
Energy low.
It's going to be interesting getting this filled out, because we still got to figure out how we're going to dock ships to it. Because I essentially want it to be a floating spaceport. So this I had envisioned, and I think Chillman may have come up with some different ideas, but I envisioned this just being just a dock for small ships. You know, I'll put connectors in it. And then we would have connectors that stick out, sort of like we did on this space station, to dock larger ships to. And it's just going to be like a moving spaceport, just slowly chugging its way through space. I love large builds, man, and no matter what game I play, I always have to build shit huge. I don't even know poor Chillman. He's in Germany, so I don't even know what time it is over there. He's probably still snoring. How was the 7 days poll? I never posted it. I forgot. You're the only one that reminded me, Mark. That's the second time you've reminded me. I need to put a poll out there, don't I? Yes, I do. The thing is, I have, 750 some odd subs, and when I put a poll out there, I might get 2 people, 3 people that respond to it. It's like, and then I'll take just the opinion of those 2 or 3 people, and I'll do what those 2 or 3 people voted to do. And then inevitably somebody who didn't take the poll during live stream would be like, well, why'd you decide to do it that way? Well, if you wanted it done a different way, why didn't you take the poll? It's like, come on, man. Gotta participate a little bit. Doing your HR job? Yeah, Mark from HR. Need some more griots. Griots. Nope. Yeah, I forget what Chillman and I were doing. We were working on something here. I think we were trying to feed a ship into the, if you're new to the stream, I know because it's morning and I stream mostly at night, but if you guys have not seen this, this is how the Blorg assimilates technology. We hijack ships and we feed them into this. And you should see this thing eating a ship. If you haven't seen it, go back to the channel and watch one of the streams. Ooh. It just chews ships apart. Joe Man and his assimilator. But I don't remember what we were working on. Man, those 2 railgun drones showed up, and they put a hurting on us. I think we spent like the next 2 hours doing repairs. So that's why I'm doing a little bit more in terms of armor on this build. I love the cube. I love the way it turned out. There's still a lot of stuff we wanted to do to it, but it has a lot of weakness. One of those weaknesses is because it's all light armor for the most part, like I had mentioned earlier. But beyond that, it's the inside, there's just a ton of open space between everything. So nothing's compartmentalized. So when the railgun rounds pierced it, they would damage a lot of systems on the inside. The Xfil, what kind of things do you normally fight? Factorum, encounters, mods? So the only mod on this server, there's two mods. There's the concrete mod, which we haven't used much. In the perpetually perturbed pirate mod, to make sure that as you are attacking other factions, and I upped the number of factions to 50 on this server, you're not gaining reputation. You never become friendly with the pirates. And speaking of which, here's a pirate salvage carrier coming in now. And this is what they did to us before. Because we, at some point, have gained reputation with the pirate faction, we see them as neutral. And they came in and started hitting us, but we weren't shooting back because they were neutral. So what we've been doing this whole series is we're pirates, and all of these other factions, as we encounter them, we don't care about any of them. We're not trying to remain friends with anyone. So we've already pissed off Galactic Miners, Merciless Sappers, Mystic Makers, Righteous Security. Those four have been in this area quite a bit, and we've taken a bunch of their ships, so they're mad at us. Hopefully the space pirates stay over there, because I just wanted to build right now. I didn't want to actually do any fighting. We haven't gone into the into any of the Factorum encounters or anything yet. Mr. Joshua, how are you, buddy? I didn't turn that one the right way. There we go. Another day with the only entertainment being a crappy Chromebook. Yeah, so far we've remained yeah, so we won't see, we turned off accept peace. So we're even if they try and forgive us, we're not taking the reputation back. So like the ones that are mad at us stay mad at us, essentially. I don't know if that somehow fixes itself over time, but we're not accepting any peace requests from anybody. I don't know if it makes a difference. But it's been fun chasing the ships with a hand grinder, I'll tell you that. You were up late empty. Oh, you got a leaky roof. That sucks, dude. Art played Civilization for the first time last weekend. Sid Meier's Civilization. I was never a big fan of the Civ games, primarily because they're like what am I trying to say? What's a good example? Like what you have to do is, it's almost like a board game. What you have to do is pretty much linear. That's one of the reasons I didn't like the old board games like Risk and stuff. I'd lose interest in them pretty quick after the first couple times playing them. Because the strategy's pretty much the same. But in terms of turn-based games, if you're into like space games, if you haven't played Stellaris, give Stellaris a try. One of the cool things about Stellaris is the races. You can build your own race, and it's unique. And there's the attributes you can assign to the race is unique. And it's really easy to create a game that feels like you're playing it for the first time. Yeah, that's I guess you said it better than I did. But if you guys have ever played Stellaris, let me know your opinion on it. So we're going to have to...
Energy low.
Gonna have to figure out what to do with those guys, because this would be the Second time they show up as neutral. And the perpetually turbed pirate mod is supposed to prevent that, but it apparently isn't. Maybe it's only supposed to stop you from getting the friendly. Maybe it holds you at neutral. I might have to go back and reread it. Maybe it was holding you at you couldn't become friends with them. I don't remember. As long as he leaves. So just grids? Yep. Oh crap. Wrong thing there. Yeah, I think I got all of that in. Got all of that in. Oh. Alright, so there's forward and reverse thrusters. We'll probably end up putting one under each of the hangers, but this will do for now. So let's see, what do we want to do next? We do need to snatch up some more ice. We need to let's get a handful of ice here real quick. Showman must have been here, because I left a bunch of little pieces of ice out here. Showman took my ice balls.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Yeah, I forgot to drop off the metal plates. We're just trying to get the hydrogen tanks filled. The O2 is already filled, I think, or mostly filled.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
All right. I could bring the mining ship up there, but I'm not chasing that much ice, just enough to get the tanks full. Yeah, they're only 3% full.
Energy low.
Did that pirate disappear? I don't want to undock the mining ship until it's gone. I think he's gone. I don't know where the cube is in reference to. The ice asteroid. I want to smack into the cube with this. All right. Let's hold off there for a second. Let's go and get a connector put on here. We'll just offload all that ice onto the Blorg Star. Whoop. Kill the lights. All right. It's trying to keep this small cargo container as a sorter. It's 430. It's nice. That's good. So we're just going to let that work. Because we have to figure out because under each one of these, there's one small oxygen tank and one small hydrogen tank. Opposite corners. Those are just for life support. There's no gravity generator in here yet, so This is nothing but batteries. This is what powers the station. Large warfare reactor. 202 stations to generate hydrogen. That's our temporary storage box right there. Being pulled out by the O2 generators as fast as the sorter's putting it in there. But that'll stop once the tanks get full. But we also have a hydrogen generator. These are all used to recharge the batteries. This is just a power center. That's all this is. I think there's 64 batteries in here. I don't think Choman wants to try and use these solar panels. Were just temporary. They were just to trickle charge the batteries. I think Joshua actually recommended that a stream or two ago, but I think Choman's wanting to try and move away from using solar panels and just use hydrogen since ice is so plentiful. Put the hydrogen generator on an event controller. Kick it on when the batteries need to be charged. So eventually we'll pull these off here. I'm just leaving them for the moment. Now this is actually in the perfect spot. I just realized this. The Mark says, do you ever play old console games? Man, not really. I've been gaming since the Commodore VIC-20 and the original Atari console were out. So a lot of those old games, once you play stuff like 7 Days and Space Engineers and stuff like this. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a bit. It's kind of hard to go back to those old school games. Yep, exactly. It's exactly, Joshua. It's okay to go back and play around or something just for shits and giggles, but couldn't imagine trying to sit down and seriously play a console game. Wunderbar. Occasionally I would play something like Oregon Trail just to remind me of what was once considered cutting edge, yeah. Man, there was back in the Commodore 64 days, I don't think it ever came out for Atari or anything. There was a talking about turn-based games. There was a game that my brother and I loved to play. It was single player, but we'd play it together as one player. It's called Seven Cities of Gold. And you basically were a Spanish explorer going to the New World, visiting the Indian tribes, and it was all crappy 2D. But you were going looking for the gold, and it was a really, really fun game to play. Still play like the old Resident Evil and stuff, like the original Doom. You guys remember those? Like that stuff, man. It's just
Inventory full.
yeah, Castle Wolfenstein. I remember playing the was it Return to Castle Wolfenstein, I think, with my two kids when they were younger. two boys. And I had multiple PCs, so they would... It's the one where you could play multiplayer, and they had the beach, where one side played German, the other one side played American, and you had to invade the beach. And those poor kids. I would make them invade the beach, and I would sit up in the bunker with the machine gun. They'd spend 45 minutes trying to make it up to the bunker to kill me, and they'd be so mad.
Meteor storm inbound.
Occasionally, they'd get up there and get me. I never played Spore. I don't know anything about that. What did I do over here? I don't think... Did I punch through with a... I did. Ah, I got it. Yeah, a bunch of that old school stuff was really fun. I'll always remember the hours I spent playing games on like the Commodore 64, because it got me into... That pretty much got me into my 30-year IT career. Got me interested in programming, and then I learned about networking, and but I couldn't imagine going back and sitting down and spending hours playing those games. Okay, so we got that in place. I think that'll be okay. I have the DLC piston. Is there a difference? I mean, it's going to be hidden. What's the DLC piston look like? The square piston? I mean, is there that much of a difference? I've honestly never used it. I could change it, I guess.
Inventory full.
Oh no. Guys, stay right there.
Inventory full.
Seriously.
Inventory full. Energy low.
All right. Well, there's that. Somehow we'll enclose the bottom, but right now it's open because this is where a lot of the conveyor system is being ran. And I think we'll end up putting something down here. Definitely there'll be turrets down here. There'll be a flat surface, a bottom of it added. But we have to figure out how to get some redundancy built into it, but we might make a ring out here that goes all the way around just for redundancy. We'll figure it. Uh, okay, all the tanks are full.
Energy critical.
So what's it doing with the rest of the ice? Oh, I see what it's doing. It's pulling it in a circle because of the connectors in the bottom. I see what it's doing. I wish they would change that so the damn thing can't pull stuff in a circle like that. Yeah, so it's pulling it from the top down through the sorter into the box. Then it's going out the bottom of the O2 generator and back up through the reactor. So if we turn off drain all, there, box is going to be able to hold 42,000. I guess we'd have to replace. I'd have to replace the two connectors in the floor with sorters and only allow gas to pass through those. And that would solve the circular thing. Or blacklist ice. That would work too. Actually, you know what we could do? I think there's actually an easier way to do that, isn't there? Replace this piece with a sorter. Blacklist ice. So gases are exempt from sorters, so it's the ice that it's dragging around. So I need to stop it Because the sorter, if I put it on drain all, to always, the whole point of the sorter was to keep that small cargo box always filled with ice. So drain all until the box is full, but it was pulling it in a circle. So you could have the ice dead end into converters. Oh, so I can completely take this out of the floor is what you're saying. Okay, so you're saying I can take this out. I don't need... I don't even need this. Okay, so gases will go... Okay. Yeah, I did not know that. So then I can... remove that. Leave that for now. So then that should fix the... That's going to fix the loop problem. Because I try and have a small cargo box always keep ice right next to the converters. So then if I turn this drain all back on, okay. So all the tank is full. Thank you, thank you. I did not know that the gases can backtrack through its order. But this is usually the setup I do. But I had used a second sorter for the output because I didn't know that it functioned that way. But thank you for telling me now. All right, so we got that. I'm trying not to make this place look like too jammed, packed with crap. I want to put an event controller in here. I just hate that the shit is so big, man. Maybe that's what we do with the other slots in the bottom. Maybe we set these up as logic hubs. Because I was going to put additional tanks in there, but I don't think I need it for life support. We'll have tanks out here, so there'll be additional storage. Those ones built in next to the core are just for life support.
Energy low.
Yeah, the fuel tank inside of the generator, because I also figured out when trying to script to track how much fuel's in the tanks, you can't even access that fuel tank to see how much fuel's in it. I think there's a very limited way to do it, but it sucked. Stored power. What'd be a good percentage? 50%? Do we want to kick the generators on if the batteries are at 50%? Below 50%? Or do we want to say maybe 75%? 10%? Really? You want to get them down? I was thinking about having a generator always keep them topped off, not wait till they drain. All right, so when it's true, Toggle the generator on. When it's false, toggle the generator off. Okay. So is it better to use, so when it comes time to recharge the batteries, if we're not using solar panels, is it better to recharge the batteries with ice, hydrogen, or is it better to recharge the batteries with uranium? So far, it looks like uranium is harder to find. Okay, so if I follow that, so then I would set nuclear at 10%. So then what should I do with the generator then? So should I change that to a higher percentage? Because this is for the hydro generator. So then what percentage should that be set at then if we have it at 10? I'm going to set it at 70 for the moment to make sure everything works because the batteries are below 70. I don't think we're going to do solar. Let's set it to 70 for the moment. So it's on. So the Borg clone during the day too, I see.
Meteor storm inbound.
You only need to gate your nuclear. I guess I don't understand. It's when the jump drives are fully charged, they stop pulling in power. But when the batteries fall below a certain percentage, if we're using ice, if we're using hydrogen instead of nuclear, we're using both. But at what percentage should we kick on the hydrogen engine to start charging the batteries? Okay, so the batteries are charging right now, so at least it's going up.
Energy low.
So the hydrogen engine, even if it's on, won't burn hydrogen. Won't burn hydrogen if everything is topped up, if everything's charged, even though it's on. Because I thought it operated on the same principle as a real generator. The engine's running. You're burning fuel to run the engine just because there's no load on it. It's still running. Because I had always designed them to, like you just saw me do, where just leave the hydrogen engine off until the batteries fall below like 70% or whatever, 50%, whatever you choose to do. But of course, I did that when we had solar panels as well. So if the batteries weren't being topped up by the solar panel efficiently, it'd kick on the generator. Right now, I'm just trying to burn that load of ice to get the batteries topped up. All right. Oop. So we got to get this second one in place. Interior plates. How did I guess? All right. That finishes up with that. Let's see. We got those engines in place. 2 docking connectors installed. Got an event controller for the power. We fixed the ice sorting problem.
Low. Energy critical.
Yeah. How did I do this? How did I get that shape? There we go. Oh, wrong one. Uh, Figure out how we're going to run a conveyor to it. It's kind of an awkward spot, but
Energy low.
Satchel, how are you, bud? Yeah, I just got bored and decided to stream. That looks better. That looks a lot better. I'm gonna take a break here in a bit. Go eat some food. It's almost 4 o'clock. And then I'm gonna stream 7 days at 6. So I'll probably take like a 2-hour break. Then
Energy critical.
I'll go stream 7 days. Thank you for having us go. Thank you for showing up, man. Like I said, I just did this to get some work done to the cube. I wasn't expecting to get, honestly, an audience, because I really don't have any subscribers this early in the day. So I was just wanting to do some work and said, I might as well stream it. I don't think we got any new subs from this early in the day. Probably not, but I wasn't expecting to be honest. Nope, but that's okay. Oh, no problem, man. It's my pleasure. I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. To get it all connectinated. Oh, there you go. Well, there's one subscriber. Thank you. So, there. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, so we'll do the same thing on the other side. And that is start helping us build out defenses. Because I want this thing to bristle with guns. Sort of like we did with the cube. It's going to be a little bit harder here because these kinds of turrets have to I wish they had a 45-degree conveyor. Kind of sucks that they don't. But we'll figure it. It's just going to take a little bit of finagling. Oy. I don't know why I took that out. That needs to stay. Make a plus sign at the corner. Fill it in. Slopes. There we go. Anything over here? Got plus sign at the corner. Go down with slopes. Oh, you need steel patch. Joe Man's gonna come and log on. He's gonna be like, where'd all this new shit come from? Gonna be like, hey, he didn't tell me he was gonna stream. Done under there. And there we go. Salt turret there. Salt turret there. Salt cannon, rather. Here, what? Let me, I'm gonna go take a short break and just grab something to snack on. I'm still gonna do some stuff. I just need to run and grab a drink, something to snack on. Can feel my blood sugar dropping. Oh, I appreciate you subbing, man. I do. A lot of people watch and don't subscribe, but I get it. Just give me 2 minutes, folks. I'm just going to go grab a drink and grab something to snack on, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and keep streaming for a bit, but I got to get something in me real quick. So hang tight. I'll be right back.
Boot up, blue glow on his face, chat scrolls. He's already late again. Cletus Jenkins, thumbs made of thumbs, misses every single jump. Still the room goes yup. He walks off cliffs like it's part of the plan. Drops the loot, drops the ball. Still everybody's a fan. Let's go. Cletus Jenkins, Stream King, can't land a shot, but we all still sing every fail. Rewild misclick makes the whole chat spam that clip. Cletus Jenkins, top of the board for the losing team. He's bad at the game, but he runs this screen. Wrong key bind, he opens the map, yells ultimate and throws out a snack. What? Trips on mobs that the tutorial warned, dies in the doorway before the fight's even born. But the laugh hits loud like a victory sound. He respawns, and the hype goes round and round. Cletus Jenkins, Stream King, can't land a shot, but we all still sing every fail, every wild misclick makes the whole chat spam that clip. Cletus Jenkins, top of the board for the losing team. He's back. 1 AP, heart rate high. He whiffs, he slips, still we ride. You got this. We all pretend, 'cause watching him lose feels like a win. Cletus Jenkins, Stream King.
All right. I am back. Got some soda, some chocolate chip muffins, and some potato chips. I have no idea what we're going to do for dinner, so. Mining survey drone. Well, we're gonna have to figure out a We got a way of running the conveyors there. If we run it inside, it's going to be funky. You guys are going to hear chip bags rattling. Sour cream and cheddar cheese chips. These are absolutely the bomb. I think barbecue's my favorite. These are next. Okay, so if we do this, whoop, I accidentally took that turd away. I'm sorry.
Meteor storm inbound.
Yeah, I had to go up and get just something to snack on, man. My head was starting to feel woozy. I could tell my blood sugar was dropping. I was like, well, wait, what? Oh, damn it. No. I didn't mean to grab the guns. Not trying to put the guns on there yet. Yeah, that's messed up, right? No. All right. I guess we're good.
Energy low.
Oh boy. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I did. I thought I grabbed all of it. Please, going crazy. Joe Man's gonna jump on and be like, how did this get finished? I just imagine him being an angry German. He's gonna jump, like he's gonna log on, look at all the stuff I did, and he's gonna be like, 9? Yeah. He's gonna be like, no! Put a small insect connector. Like here. How did I not? I don't understand. Cletus does not understand. You cannot withdraw 2 motors. There's got to be 17 billion motors in those boxes. Can't find 2.
Energy low.
All right, guys, give me 1 second. I hear, I'm home by myself, and the dog's going absolutely apeshit to get outside. I can hear it. So give me 1 minute. Somebody put the dog out. I'll be right back with you guys.
What are you gonna do tonight, Cletus? Same thing I do every night, chat. Try to take over the world.
Well,
At least try not to die. Camera on, you can see the wrinkles when he laughs. Day one discs on the shelf, all those busted boxes from the past. Coffee in a chip mug, old clan tag on the shirt. If it jumps, he jumps, but he always laughs first. Heart rate spiking, lights in his eyes. Chat going wild, spamming.
Alrighty. Ugh. Sat down and got choked on a potato chip. He's gonna kill himself. Live on stream.
energy critical.
Well. Of course I didn't have enough. Man. Let that dog out, came back, was sitting down in the chair, popped a chip in my mouth. By the time my ass hit the seat, I was choking on that chip. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. Hate to use just square blocks every place. But I guess just on the edge to cover those is fine. It's fine. All right, well, those should be connected in now. Grab the pieces for one end and start it at the other.
Energy low.
All right, all right. Wrong one.
Energy critical.
Almost done with this. Oof. All right, there it is on both sides. All right, well, we got a bunch of work done. These chips are addictive. Changes to 65. Alright, well, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and wrap up the Space Engineer stream here. Yeah, I got the whole bag here. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. Got all these people calling me for animal removals. But I'm going to take a break. I'm going to eat some dinner, an early dinner, I think, and then be back at sometime between 6 and 6:30 with 7 Days to Die. Put our little man up here. Wrong side. All right, guys and gals. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me as I did some work to the new Blorg ship. I'll be back in a couple hours, and we'll have 7 Days to Die up. So, again, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see everybody later, or next time you're here. You guys take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Red Live sign on. Coffee cup stain on his mouse pad. Bald head gleaming like a full moon. Alright, chat. You ready to watch me lose? Cletus Jenkins, born in the wrong decade. Got a CRT glow on a 4K upgrade. Zombies at the window, he's looting in the fridge. Trips on his own grenade, falls right off the bridge. Why are they so fast? He yells at the screen, forgot to hit reload since 2013. Chat spams F's like a funeral parade. He just laughs, takes a sip, says, boys, I get paid. Game over. Cletus, hey. Down again and he's grinning. Every yell on replay, but somehow he keeps winning. Game over. Cletus, wow. Bald head bright on the nightly show. Dies to zombies, demons, bad decisions. Hit go live and he's back for more. Boss fight demon, 10 health, 1 hit left. He opens up the menu, checks his loadout, checks his specs, all tabs, checks chat.
How you doing tonight?
Comes back, he's a corpse, face down in the firelight. He walks off a ledge, reading out a new sub-name. Drives off a cliff, trying to pause a racing game. Keyboard full of crumbs, energy drink on the floor. That's a pro strat, he says, then dies once more. Game over, Cletus. Down again and he's grinning. Every L on replay, but somehow he keeps winning. Game over, Cletus. Whoa, bald head bright on the nightly show. Dies to zombies, demons, bad decisions. Hit go live and he's back for more. Hit go live and he's back for more. Hit go live and he's back. Hit go live and he's back for more. Old man reflex, but he's still our guy. Glasses at the end of his nose, leaning way too high. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom out. He presses every key, somehow opens settings, changes language to Chinese. Chat, I meant to do that. It's called advanced tactical failure.